Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. My name is Josh Lilquist, and we are having a great time talking about investing and trading, the do's, the don'ts, the financial markets, how to make smart investing decisions. And we did have tickets to that investing class. That is actually that 3-day course. We did a special giveaway, so thanks for everybody that called in for that. We're doing a special giveaway for our radio listeners here today. Today, and actually today only, we have a 3-day deep dive into the financial markets with one of our professional instructors. We'll be flying them in. Normally it's $199 for this class. And as you know, Online Trading Academy, we have free classes, we have paid classes. This is $199 typically for our radio listeners here today. If you want to get a deep dive in the financial markets, talking about futures, Forex, options, crypto, stock analysis, supply and demand, how that works, and also our core strategy, which is designed to teach you to make better investing decisions, you can call in for this class. It's normally $199. We're doing a special giveaway for $99 only. You can call 888-682-6466, and that's for you and your spouse or significant other. So if you do have two people, make sure we know that on that call. That way we don't overbook the room. So it's that 3-day course, 3-day deep dive into the financial markets. So, Al, as we've been talking about following the big money, the big institutions, and how they actually move the markets, you still need to understand that in your wealth accounts. And when we talk about wealth, that's your 401ks, your IRAs, 403b, TSP, whatever that retirement quote-unquote account is. Now, how do you really build wealth? We talked about earlier, it's extra income. Well, unfortunately, most people just don't have enough wealth to get by during those retirement years and have the fun things, being able to do those fun things. How do you help people here at the Academy have the opportunity, if they're a little short, they have a gap to fill between where they're at now and when they want to retire? And then on the second part, I want to cover how do you help people that are retired have more longevity in that account. So let's start with, how do you help people now that are still working have the opportunity to have more during retirement?
Well, as we talked about before, when you retire, you're going to have to rely on something. Living is not free, regardless of whether you're working or you're retired. The bills keep coming, maybe even more bills, probably medically related when you retire.
Yeah.
So basically what we want to do is start with the end. Where do you want to be financially in the future? And then identify how to get there. So you have to know where you want to be before we can help you to identify the strategies and the assets to help you get there. But you also have to be, as I mentioned before, agile and flexible, because things change. What if whatever rate of return you need to live the lifestyle you want in retirement, what if something happens and you need to change that? Can you do that? You need to get a whole new education to do that? No, you should follow a plan, have a strategy and a plan that really is designed to cover all alternatives. Anything that happens in the future, you should be able to use your plan to tackle that problem without going, what do I do now? And that's what we want to eliminate from our students, is that question. What do I do now? I don't know what to do. And understand that regardless of whether you are trading for short-term income or long-term wealth, and again, there's a difference between the two, you need an edge. That's an advantage over other traders. The pros develop an edge, and they do that by following rules that put the odds in their favor. So as an OTA student, we show you how to develop your edge and then identify and follow the rules that will get you that edge, that simplify your trading, increase the probabilities of you being successful, and also increase your profit potential. At the same time, probably the most important thing we teach is how to protect what you have, how to protect your assets. And maybe this is a good time to ask yourself, if you have looked at your portfolio statements since the beginning of the year, if you haven't, take a look at them and see where you're standing. Have you been protected? Are you protected? Who's protecting you? And if you can't answer those questions, then this is a great class for you to come into, because we'll talk about those things. How can you be protected? And we typically, I know I always ask in these classes that people understand or know how they can have the equivalent of an insurance policy on their portfolio. And almost nobody ever in the hundreds of classes I've done has had an answer for it. We'll give you the answer. We'll show you how to do that because that's extremely important. And I think this is interesting too. Ask yourself this: are you doing a better job of funding your retirement account or somebody else's account? In other words, who's benefiting the most from your account, from your portfolio? Is it you or is it the advisor? What happens if the market goes up? Your portfolio should go up, and the advisor is going to take a chunk of that. What happens if the market's flat? Your portfolio doesn't go up, but the advisor is taking a chunk of that in fees. What happens if the market goes down? Your portfolio goes down, but the advisor is taking fees there. So they're participating, they're benefiting all three directions, and you in only one. So that's one of the goals you should have, and one of the goals we have in our education is to show you how to benefit in different directions. If you don't have enough in your retirement accounts now, you need to develop additional income. If you're still working, you still have an opportunity to do that. And I think learning the income part of investing is the most important part because you can use it while you're still working to have some additional money to put into that wealth bucket, that retirement bucket down the road. And then when you retire, whatever you have there, the most important thing is not how much is there, but it's how much income you generate off of it, how much you can pull out to pay your bills, to have some fun without dwindling down that account. So learn how to generate income off of your retirement accounts, which you should learn even before you retire. But then you also need to protect those assets. People that didn't have protection, and that's the majority of the public, back in the year 2000 and the year 2008, lost 20 to 60% of their retirement money because of the drawdowns in the market. Even in the year 2020, when the pandemic hit, a lot of people lost 30, 40% of their assets. You can't let that happen when you go into retirement or if you're in retirement, because the impact on your lifestyle is going to be significant.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn more about that, text the word investing to the number 210 for this is for some free tickets for a free investing class. And that's some good comments there, Al. People need a plan to fall back on. And if you don't have a plan, you don't know what's going to happen, and then you have no results in the future. And people fear the unknown. And when people fear the unknown, what do most people do? They freeze. They freeze and don't do anything. And I think that's what's happening right now with the way the markets are going. Is markets are going down. It's pretty obvious. Mm-hmm. People are still in denial that they feel it'll always come back, but you lose that time aspect. So you lose that time, you lose the capital. You need to have a much higher rate of return for that to get back to where that originally it was at. But they still have that fear of the unknown, so they do nothing. And that's what people are trained and conditioned to do.
That's right.
All their lives. They're trained and conditioned to do nothing and just hope it works out. And I think you talked about in the last segment that hope is not a very good strategy because it's just a hope. And a goal without a plan is just a wish. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of the big problem here, really in the U.S. and probably all over the world, is people wish they'd get to those golden years of retirement. They wish they get to that point and they can go travel with their family and go see their grandkids. And we've been seeing a lot of people that want to be able to leave a legacy for their kids and grandkids. Usually it's the grandkids. But that's the things that we see at Online Trading Academy is people wanting to come in and do better for themselves, but also for their family as well. So these classes that we have here at Online Trading Academy that I'm going to give away tickets to, this is going to be the free class. And this is an introduction to how the financial markets work and the different assets that are out there. Al's talking about wealth, your retirements, how to use different assets, maybe not just stocks, but maybe options, futures, Forex. If you're short on retirement, how do you have a strategy to build that up to where you want to have enough to be able to retire? Maybe you are retired, you're drawing down those assets. It's not going to last very long. How do you use what you have in there to have the opportunity to create an income stream or income strategy off that retirement bucket? So there's strategies for that. So get your phones ready. I'm going to give you a text number here to text in for 2 free tickets for this investing class that we do several times per week. They're during the week. They're also on the weekends as well. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. This is for 2 free tickets and a quick start kit. This is a financial quick start kit, and this kit has some different topics on how to get in the markets, how to get started, but also has some free stuff, some free stock picks. Everybody loves some free stock picks. Al, coming up next, I want to cover a couple things here. We have a lot to cover on this last segment, so don't tune away. If you're driving, maybe drive in circles around the house because we got some big topics here. We have more topics on retirement because I think that's such a huge topic to talk about and help and educate our listeners how to make smart investing decisions there. You were talking about fees, how to have the opportunity to lower fees, maybe even eliminate fees, and then how to self-direct those and have the opportunity to do that yourself. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 free tickets for the investing class. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We'll be right back.